The South African National Defence Force, SANDF, working alongside the South African Police Service and Private 9 Security, arrested 53 suspects during 3 coordinated operations targeting illegal mining activities in Welkom, Lejweleputswa District, Free State. The operations formed part of the Operations Prosper, illicit mining and anti-criminality, led by member of Alpha Company, 1 Special Service Battalion under Joint Tactical Headquarters Free State. At Harmony Country Club, security forces arrested 27 suspects for trespassing and possession of gold-bearing material. 2 criminal cases were opened. Authorities said 24 of the suspects were South African citizens, while 4 were citizens of Lesotho. During the operation, 17.10 kilograms of copper cables was recovered, and all suspects, together with the recovered exhibits, were handed over to the SAPS for further processing. In a separate operation at the St. Helena 08 Old Mine Shaft, 3 suspects were found processing suspected gold-bearing material. The suspect attempted to flee after noticing security forces, but were apprehended. 1 bag containing possible gold-bearing materials weighing 12.5 kilograms was recovered. During another sweep operation at St. Helena, 22 undocumented Lesotho nationals were arrested. 1 suspect was found with unlicensed firearm, while another was found in possession of 17.5 kilograms of gold-bearing materials. All suspects and recovered exhibits were handed over to the South African Police Service for further investigation and processing. The SANDF said it remains committed to combating illegal mining in partnership with SAPS and private mine security as part of ongoing efforts to protect communities and safeguard mining areas across Free State Province. Sizokhumbula ukuthi during isona uPresident uCyril Ramaphosa usazisile ukuthi uzodeploya SANDF ukuzilekelela amaphoyisa ikakhulukazi makuliwa nesihlava lesi se-illegal mining esaziwa ngokuthi ozamazama. Esikhathini esiningi abantu abasebenza lapha abantu abangabona abala eSouth Africa ngokobuzwe, ngabantu abasuka emazweni afana noZimbabwe, Mozambique, njengobuzwa nje Lesotho. Ziningi izinto ezenzeka khona, angizukuzichaza zonke lezo zinto la, kodwa sibonga nje umsebenzi omuhle owenziwe ngamaphoyisa. Njengoba sazi ukuthi izwe lase-South Africa liyadunguzela, silindele umhla ka-30, asazi ukuyikona kona okuzokwenzeka ukuthi yini, kodwa nje mhlampe soba nesithombe esiphelele uma sekushona ilanga ngomhla ka-30 ukuthi kahle kahle okuyikona okwenzakalayo yini, ngoba izolo iSantaco kanye namaphoyisa bebene-media briefing. iSantaco okuyi-association ephethe amateksi yaqinisekisa ukuthi cha, iy'moto zabo zizobe zisebenza, ngeke bona babe ingxenye yemashi. Bakubekile-ke lokho ukuthi cha, bona ngeke babe ingxenye yemashi, bathembisa nje impela emaphoyiseni. Sibonile futhi ukuthi u-Acting National Commissioner behlangene nama-private security companies ukuze bekwazi nabo ukulekelela, ikakhulukazi ekuvikeleni i-infrastructure, ngoba sabona ngoJulayi 2021 lapho khona abantu babona khona ama-mall balutha, kwagcina konakala infrastructure. Lokho-ke kuyawushaya umnotho futhi kuqeda ngisho imisebenzi kulabantu laba abasuke besebenza. So ilona siza abalidingayo, kodwa-ke uhulumeni wethu ushilo wathi ukulungele ukubhekana nomhla ka-30. Ngithe ngingena ku-TikTok ngazithela lapho kwenye ividiyo yalo bhuti lo okuthiwa uZibani. Ngifuna ukukucaphunelela bese ngicaphuna usesi-Enhle ngiyivale le video. Ngiyazalwa ngoLwesihlanu, kusasa ngomhla ka-26 kuJuni. Ngiyazicelela nje mndeni wami, ningiphe nje imali, ningiphe nje ukuthi hawu ngoba uyazalwa ngibe nosuku oluhle, ningiphe nje imali. Ngiyabonga, kukhona ongifakelile, ngiyabonga kakhulu. Uthando nilikhombisa kimi lingaphezu kokucabanga kwami. Hhayi, ongenayo angakhathazeki. Ukubukela kwakho le video kusho lukhulu nakho. kusho lukhulu nje ukubukela le video. Ungawaskiphi njalo nama-ads. Ngiyazi ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi ayacasula kodwa nje ulinda nje isikhashana idlule i-ad. Uma wenze njalo uzobuya contributor financially kule channel. Ngicela uzwe la.
I'm getting tired. Kwathi ungakhathali zibani. Ngokhathala wena. Zokhathala. That's what is xoxa bitch. Xaxa lesi. Okay, let's do this quick because I have things to do. What is a border? First, a territory is an actual geographical area or space governed by a state or authority, meaning it can be independent or under a state. So, tribal or traditional authorities, amakhosi. Kwakuzinduna kuqala. And then a border, on the other hand, is a line, a boundary or a demarcation that limits that area. You say this area ends here, the territory ends here, separating neighboring lands or jurisdictions. Proverbs 22 verse 28. Do not remove the boundaries set by your ancestors. If you go KwaZulu, there's a place called Hlabisa. KwaHlabisa. Uhalijana kaSomfula, uHlabisa. There's a school called Somfula. That person existed. They have land. You see this Hlabisa. Before you get to KwaHlabisa, you go through the game reserve, through a game reserve. Before that, kuno Somkhele lapho. Somkhele is an actual, he existed. Umkhwanas. Isizwe sakhona leso. They own that land. Uyawahlangezwa ke ufica uphalane kaMdini wakhe umkhwanas with lapho. But right next to that place, khona la around, the isakamthetho, tingiswa kaJobe. Why is that? That's their land. Mouth, the mentor of Shakazu kasenza ngakhona. Ilembe likamanyemele moKhalipha. Right next to kusakamthetho, kunendawo yakoMahlema. Owahlabana empini the Battle of Gingindlovu, 1879. Manje. Uma wayehamba no Prince Tabulaman's Kampad. That is their land. Umavundlana kamenzi akaXhoka kandawo ubiyele kwesakabiyele obuka kulemehle amancane lwabo indlanga yafa. That's their land. Borders. So umthetho, they know where the land ends. So njengoba ngithe biyele, Hlabisa, Mkhwanazi, Sungu, Mthetho, these are actual names. There's people who have those. Omenzi, Onyambose, Ogwabini, Osobakhetile, Oveyani. These are their lands. They have borders. Long before the colonization in Batandai. If you go to these people's homes, some of these people don't have cars. If you get there, there's a funeral, there's a wedding. They don't even have a fence. But if you park your car there, they can tell you to remove your car. But if you ask for permission, they can say, please don't park your car in reverse. They don't have a car. But you don't tell them, no, you are poor. Oh, you don't have a car. They will tell you because it's their land. Awupagla. Mo reverse. Go to Wakangala Mankingan, the palace, the royal palace, and park your car in reverse. Why do we have to keep explaining this? I want you to try. Go to the international airport in South Africa. Go to OR Tambo, most importantly, but you can also come from the King Shaka International Airport. You can also come from, what is it called? Cape Town International Airport. Go there and say, hello, I want to... and say, I'm going to Europe. They don't use passports. And see if you are going to leave South Africa. You see, brother, you have to remember. First of all, you have to know that when we read Proverbs 4 verse 23, it says, guard your heart. So you have to guard your heart because that's where everything flows from. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You see, this thing of saying, no, we are brothers, we were once colonized. we do admit and see. Yes, we have colonial borders and all that. We've had those things. But, brother, we do have borders. We've always had borders. I can't go to the Eastern Cape. It's my country. But as soon as I start speaking Zulu, say, hey, Mzulu, that's how it worked, sir. It's how it's always been. It's how it still is. But again, I have to keep this short because I have to go to work. Sir, you need to remember, Mfowethu, Uguti, there's something called a Schengen area, a Schengen visa, 1995. It didn't start right now. King George V, Tsar, Nicholas, these people were related. Germany, Russia, they were actually related because Queen Victoria, their grandmother. But they still went to war. The First World War was fought among people who were related, sir. The Second World War, they had to fix things afterwards. You see, my brother, this is built through trust. This is built through having something called an economic gap. Even through if you've been to the Netherlands and Belgium, there's a border. There is a border. Sometimes a house is another country in another country. A restaurant is another country in another country. Those are borders. There is a border. But if you are not from there, or you are not allowed, go there and see how quickly they will turn you back. I'm in a world-class country, but you can't just enter. I'm telling you, you can't leave South Africa without a passport. There's a country there where we lose cows all the time. Ask yourself why people don't want to buy Toyota Hiluxes anymore. Why? Because we lose them. Trust. Ask yourself why people still come to your country. You see, there's countries that don't even have, when you can get on a taxi and go on a freeway and go. There's countries that don't even have gravel, boot. The Congo has like 3 time zones. It's big. Europe, sir, is small. Majority of countries in Europe, you can fit them in South Africa. A huge chunk of Europe. Also not forgetting that Europe is not a province. It's not just a continent. It's a part of Asia. There's no sea, there's no ocean between Asia and Europe. A big chunk of Russia is in Asia. Above me, geographically, Russia is right here above us. You see, in Zulu we have 2 cows. More than 1, but 2. Just 2. We have Iskala, a cow that usually has palatable milk, but it withholds it. Then we have Insengakazi, a cow that lets go of milk a lot. You see, if a cow has a small calf, umvemve, not ithole, not inkonyane, umvemve, lokho kuncane, small one, it will withhold its milk so that it can feed its young. Sometimes we have to get the calf so that it can let go, and then you can milk it more. Sometimes if its calf dies, they put the skin of the one that died on it so you can adopt it. That is us now. This is our mother. This is our country. We can't keep giving to others. You can't help your neighbor when you haven't helped yourself first. Then you can help other people. You can't give me water when you don't have enough water yourself, boot. It's not as simple as saying, you know, some of these countries, when you see a child, when you see a 9-year-old, for them a 9-year-old can be a wife and a mother. Peace and love, brother. I gotta take this bike. You see, Gabs, this country is another country, that side. Same country, same people. There's a border.
Ngizokusho ngalutho ke mina kodwa nje umuntu lo ovamise ukuba nama-debate kakhulu nabantu ikakhulukazi makuthinta udaba lwamabhoda nokuthi akungabi namabhoda e-Africa engenawo ngaphambilini. Angizokusho lutho ke mina ngoba anginalo ulwazi. Ngizocaphuna uEnhle manje. Kunento engimzwe ikhuluma lapha. Emveni kwakhe ngizokuphawula lutho uzovela ngifala ivideo.
Yazi ngihleli lana, I am busy grappling with a lot of things. Ngiqeda ukubuka i-press briefing ka Sisi uMangobe Jacinta. ngiqeda ukubuka her press briefing ekhuluma ngendaba yokuthi our media is telling one-sided stories and our media is fueling the current mess eyenzakala eSouth Africa. But mina umbuzo wami, when is it declared a hate crime when citizens of a country demand sovereignty? Why is it a hate crime when citizens of a country demand sovereignty, demand to be protected within their country? Kuyisono yini noma kuyinzondo yini ukuthi abantu bomdabu bafuna ukuvikeleka ezweni labo? Why is government and the state considering it a hate crime, going as far as saying people who are participating in this conversation and who are marching bazolahlekelwa imisebenzi? Why is it a hate crime when you want to be protected in your own country? South Africans finally ayekuliphi izwe la azofika khona protectwe. Where are South Africans are supposed to go? La khona where they're going to be prioritized, economically empowered and protected. Why is it a hate crime for South Africans to demand to be protected in their country? Why is it a hate crime for native South Africans to demand sovereignty in their own country? But it's not a crime anywhere else in the world. Why is it a crime in this country? Ukuthi abantu bakhona bafuna ukuvikeleka ezweni labo. And why is it ukuthi a system that is unjust, a government that is extracting from its people, demands ukuthi the public, the general population allow their places of dwelling to be infiltrated and exploited? Abantwana base South Africa babhema ama drugs bahleli ngaphansi kwezitarato badla iwunga. Why does a government that promises or claims to care about its citizens, they don't even claim these days, why does it allow for people to come into this country and do heinous crimes against humanity, and yet say to the people, ubuntu, where is ubuntu babantu bokufika? Bafika nabuphi ubuntu in the communities that they occupy? What ubuntu, what empowerment do they bring to our communities? Angisho ukuthi all of them are evil, but why does the government not see the crimes that are committed against native South Africans? Why is it a crime for native South Africans to say we do not have any more capacity to accommodate these people? Asinawo amandla. Why is that a crime? Why is it a crime when South Africans say no? Why is South Africans saying no a crime? Why is South Africans saying no a crime? Why are South Africans being silenced? Iguphi freedom of speech? And why does an immoral government that is taxing our South Africans not allowing South Africans to say we do not want our taxes to go here? Why does a system or a government that demands such high moral ground for South Africans, high moral ground, high moral prices for South Africans to pay with their kids, with their houses, with their homes, with their communities? Why is South Africa, are native South Africans paying with their lives to accommodate abanye abantu? Why are South Africans paying with their blood? Why do South Africans have to suffer in their public hospitals and schools to accommodate abanye abantu? Why is them saying no a crime? Why is it that it's a crime for South Africans to say no? And why does a government that is intentionally starving South Africans, 40% unemployment amongst the youth? You understand? Nakhona we're not counting people who are over 35 going to 60. Those ones are out of the state's value. Why does a government that has consistently shown how brutal it can be to South Africans, why does it demand South Africans to have ubuntu while they have consistently shown that they don't have anything to offer South Africans? Why are South Africans who have nothing expected to have something for someone else? Why are South Africans who have nothing, who are saying we've reached our threshold, we have nothing more to give? Why are they expected to give their blood and their babies? Iy'ngane zabo ibhema iwunga ifikanga nama-South Africans. Why do South Africans have to pay with the blood of their children in order to show ubuntu? How much more do South Africans have to give? How much more to an immoral government that gives South Africans nothing, that is intentionally starving South Africans? Why are they still required to give more on top of that? Why is the government that is intentionally starving abantu bakithi still requires those very same people, those very same South Africans, to show grace and mercy to other people while they have nothing to give. Why can't South Africans say no? Wanele.
Cela ukuze ukuphola kwakho la comment section ngizwe ukuthi wena ubona kanjani lolu daba esilixoxayo. Enhle kungabanye abantu engikhonzile ukuthi mangena ku TikTok ngiyamsesha ngizwe ukuthi uthini. Ngilalela imibono yakhe. Baningi abantu engibalandelayo ku TikTok, baningi. Ngoba angiyena umuntu olalela igossip. Angazi nokuthi celebrity elithize lenza ini nobani kuphi kanjani. Angilaleli nje zonke lezo zinto lezo. Angazi nokuthi umseleku namakhosikazi bakhe benzani ngoba into zonke lezi enginasikhathi sokuzilalela. Ngilalela into engibonayo ukuthi khona engizokufunda kuyo. I choose ukuthi yini engizoyiconsume. Izongisiza kuphi.